Welcome to the Real Bromance Podcast.
Welcome back to the Real Bromance Podcast, Episode 2. This is going to be a little different than last episode's format because we got so excited in doing a podcast about movies. We didn't really talk about us too much. And, why would you listen to us talk about movies when we're nothing to you? I get it.
Nothing about us.
You know nothing about us. I may be Andy. I may be Matt. You don't even know our voices yet. You don't even know. But I'm Andy.
And I'm Matt.
There we go. So we figured we'd start this episode out by giving a little bit of a background on us. This will be a shorter episode, most likely, unless we get really into it, but we'll see. So, Matt, you want to give a little bit of background about you and, what your interests are, what your turn-offs are? Okay.
Is this a dating app now, or that's what we turn this podcast into?
We're leaving every door open.
Every door open. So I am Matt. I work in special ed. I actually went to school for communication and did video production when I was in college. I've been a movie buff my entire life. I was introduced to movies at a young age with my mom, my dad. They're into movies, different genres. And some of my hobbies, like I said, hanging out with my kids, cooking, and education.
I think you didn't say cooking with my kids. I thought you'd be like, you're cooking kids, but not that. You said
that's frowned upon in most civilized. Cannibalism is frowned upon in most civilized societies.
Fair enough. I got that reference. So I'm Andy. I too have always kind of been into movies. Unfortunately, I haven't seen as many as Matt. I had, growing up, I had a life. So I would do things outside of watching movies.
Play video games.
That's a life. That is a life. You don't get mocked by life just because
I'm sorry, you're not going to mock your life. You're right.
Yes, video games. I could rock the crap out of any video game.
You're 100% right.
Yes. But yeah, by day, I am a software developer. I do a lot of work for different companies and things, for websites, apps, that sort of thing. I, too, have a wife and children who I use this podcast as an excuse to escape from now and again. And if you're listening, it's just a joke, maybe. So, yeah, that was, so growing up, like I said, I've always watched movies with my parents as well, kind of got into it, and, and Matt and I have been friends for too long, 30 years.
30 years.
So, basically, we know each other better than our wives know us. Hence the bromance. That's what, yeah.
Podcast.
Yeah. So that's what happened. So we've been, so we wanted to start a podcast that would basically, because we started watching old movies. What this kind of started with, we were watching old movies that I haven't seen, and we're having just great conversations about them. And I'm like, God, if we just hit the record button, like this could be something. So we're hoping we're going to do that. So a lot of times, in this podcast, we'll be watching movies that I haven't seen. There'll be some that I have. There's even going to be a couple of special events for ones where Matt hasn't seen. So I will get to rub his nose in it, and it'll be a blast. And actually, one of the movies, I won't say it now, was actually recommended to me by a friend of mine, and I completely forgot about it, that I loved. I watched a lot as a kid, and Matt hasn't seen. I'll give you a hint. It starts with The Wiz and ends with Erd. That's The Wizard. That's
because it's a video game movie.
The video game movie. Fred Savage. Is that enough for you? He's everyone's 80s guy.
That's true.
Thank you. So yeah, and so that's what we liked. We thought we'd start the podcast, see how it goes, and we've been having fun doing it since. We figured most episodes will be us kind of reviewing a movie, but we'll take a couple break episodes here and there just to kind of discuss overall movies or anything else we want to talk about, or we get suggestions from the comments about. Like this episode seemed like a good place to kind of talk about us, and maybe we're going to do a couple little movie games between Matt and I coming up, so we can make it somewhat entertaining for you guys, because you've got to be bored out of your minds by now. So I think we'll get into the first one. That is our first break, so to speak. So I recently was thinking, I know it's dangerous. I was recently thinking about sequels.
sequels.
Matt, what is a sequel?
A sequel is a money grab by the studio. No, sequel usually is a continuation, bringing characters along, but usually is a continuation of a story.
Oh, look at that. That was good. I put him on the spot there. I mean, I know everyone knows what a sequel is. I just want to see if he'd sweat if I made him say what it was. So, in this game, I thought of what would be an interesting thing. Everyone always says, nothing, the original was always the better one, blah, 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 blah. So, we have a little game. We're going to each pick a movie franchise where the sequel was better than the original. And we're going to break it up by genre. So, first things first, Matt, I want you to name me a better sequel that was a comedy.
Or a better sequel that was a comedy.
It's a tough one.
There's so many to choose from. You know what?
And here's the thing, too, before you name something.
Okay.
What's interesting is I'm torn between two choices myself. And I will say what's crazy is it really depends on when you watched it. The sequel I'm thinking of, for one, I watched as a kid and I didn't like it. And then as an adult, I like it a lot more than the original because I got more jokes. It actually was a little more so.
A lot of stuff went over your head as a kid. And now you're watching. Yeah, no, I get that.
So it is interesting.
I have to say, one of my favorite comedy franchises, and I don't know why I forget about it all the time, but some of the greatest jokes are the Naked Gun movies.
Wow, good choice.
So some of Leslie Nielsen, I'm sorry, he was a national treasure. Watching some of that stuff, I loved some of those jokes. And once again, watching it now, some of those things, I don't know, they were very inappropriate when I was younger. Watching it now, I laugh my ass off.
Like a blind man at an orgy. You don't have to feel this one out. He had some of the best one line. Wow, and I can almost say there was Naked. The first one, there was a Police Squad, Naked Gun. Yeah. Then there was Naked Gun 2.5, I think, and 33 1/3. What's funny is I saw 33 1/3 first as my first movie I ever saw, and I thought it was funny. But now that I've seen all of them, I could say that I think the second one is the best. Yeah, the third one kind of went over the top a little bit. There's some great scenes in it, but okay, I'm gonna accept that answer.
No argument there.
No argument. Damn, that was a good. And it's funny because I too forgot about that series. That is.
I forget about it. I'm like, I want to laugh and I want to put something on, and then randomly it'll pop up into a feed or something like that. They'll put one of the scenes on, and it's Leslie Nielsen, and it's just, I was like, I gotta watch this again because I forgot how great it was.
Yeah, that was That's a good pick. Yeah. And it's funny too because he had a couple other movies that were just like still funny out of it. Like he did what was the Fugitive ripoff? Like the Fugitive spoof.
I know what you're talking.
There was some funny scenes in that one.
But he did a lot of great. He had a lot of cameo. He did Dracula Dead in Love. Yeah, he was great in that movie. But then
that was a Mel Brooks movie.
That was Mel Brooks. Right? Yeah. Well, Mel Brooks. Once again, one of my favorite. God, we got to review some of those too.
Yes, we both seen them, but we got to review. I mean, Spaceballs. A little hint, folks. A little secret into our lives. Matt and I can very easily do the entire movie of Spaceballs word for word without looking or anything. We can basically go through. We've seen it so many times. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. So maybe we'll do that as like a bonus episode one day. We just act it out without any scripts.
And we'll lose listeners.
That'd be good. Okay, so I'm gonna go with mine. So comedy. Now it's funny. I'm really having. I'm gonna give you two that I'm thinking of, and I'll let you know what I'm gonna have to come out on top with. So when I originally thought about it, my first thought was Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls.
Okay,
and because I guess as a kid, there was just some stuff I just really didn't understand. I think there's a lot of mature jokes and things. And now as an adult, I still love the original. I can't say I don't, but there's absolutely something special with the second one too. And that was, so I'm probably going to lean toward that. But the other one, my runner-up, so to speak, I have a really tough time saying too. It's Hot Shots Birthday. Because that also, the first one's great. There's some really funny scenes in it. But like you got Ryan Stiles.
It's funny that you got a Top Gun and then you got like kind of like a Rambo ripoff. Okay, yeah.
Anyway, yes. I agree. Right, that's a tough. Like I think
once again, those are both solid picks in my opinion. I think if you're going by mainstream and you're going by what really hit at the movie theaters at the time, you got to go with Nature Calls. Yeah. But I think once again, those sight gags, the dialogue, I mean, Hot Shots Birthday is great.
Yeah, the best part about the first one which is why I still think the second one. Like I think Benson there, Admiral Benson, was funnier in the first one than the second one, but I think the rest of the movie was funnier in the second one.
Yeah.
Admiral Benson has some of the best lines in the first movie. So, all right. So, if I'm gonna stick to the rules and do my pick. I'll say When Nature Calls, but Hot Shots was definitely up there.
Those are two solid picks. I agree with both of them. They're both great comedy picks. So,
thank you. All right, next round. I'll go first because we get even. Yeah. This is going to be the better sequel for an action movie. Now, here's the thing. There's one right answer.
Who's your favorite child?
I know. I hate to say there's one right answer here, and I
think I know what you're going to say.
And we're doing this draft style, so you can't take it.
Okay, fine.
The obvious and really only answer to this.
I already know what you're going to say.
What's the first letter?
T.
You got it. Terminator 2 Judgment Day. That is easily, like, in every way beats out its predecessor. It's not even just the special effects, it's just everything. That movie had everything. That was the perfect sequel. I'm going to say it's a perfect sequel across all genres. That easily had.
I think a lot of people would agree with you. A lot of people say that's
except for like Titanic 2, Leo's Return. That one could have. Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money.
That's what I said. It's a money grab for most studios, but it usually produces better money wise than the original.
So I took the easy one. What do you got?
That's tough because that's not really fair. Like T2 is pretty much.
You know what? I'm gonna put T2 off the table.
No.
I want to cover another because I agree. Why? I think if you were first, you would have covered that one.
No, I don't know if I would have. But go ahead.
Let me see. I'm coming up with the better. Right, so I think you go. Actually, I'll come back to me. Go ahead. You go.
Action sequels like T2 aside. Oh my god! I mean, there's so many franchises. There's so many good movies.
Here's the question. I didn't specify this. Are we allowed to pick a third movie? So it doesn't have to be the second one. It could be.
I think it's any sequel because we didn't specify. I think it's like if you want to pick like a third movie and a sequel.
Because I got one and it's a hot take. But you go ahead.
It's a hot take. Okay.
Yeah, I think people are going to be upset with it.
To be honest with you, like one movie that I think is better, action wise, because I think there's so many more. There's so much pop culture references, and it's kind of ingrained in like a lot of people. Is the red bandana himself, Rambo 2.
Wow, I guess I think a lot of people would agree with that. Makes sense. I haven't seen the Rambo movies yet, so I can't make a statement. But I think that's fair. So my hot take, and I think I said this is a little bit because it's the first one of them I've seen, and a little bit because it's just true. Die Hard with a Vengeance. I think.
Oh, that's a good one.
Listen, Die Hard original was good. Die Hard 2 was garbage. It was literally the same movie again. I hate how crazily lazy and stupid it was. But Die Hard with a Vengeance, I thought was so cool. I loved, both, John McClane and Zeus. Yes. Those guys, the team up there was
Samuel L. Jackson was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah,
it's the same point,
but he was. It worked so well. And then, and honestly, God rest his soul, Hans Gruber there. Alan Rickman. He was great, but there's something about Jeremy Irons as Simon. I really like that movie. And as a side note, I don't know if you know this, there was like a whole other alternate ending to that movie.
Was there?
Yeah, we'll talk. We're gonna watch the thing, but it blows your mind and it's really crazy. They filmed it and everything, and it takes you on a ride. If anyone's interested, you can look it up.
Amazing about movies. That's the first thing. So, enjoy this while it lasts. Okay.
I got you. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that's my hot take one. I feel like
that's a good one though. I agree. Like, it's funny. I watched the first one first. I didn't really watch. I've seen the second one, but I watched Vengeance.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't compare. Like, the first one's classic, all time classic, but Vengeance is really good.
Yeah.
It's good. Like the three actors in there, Willis, Jackson, and Irons are amazing in that movie.
Even just how Irons comes across as this like monster by saying he's gonna put like a bomb in schools and things like that, and it turns out spoiler alert, he doesn't. He's actually he's still a bad guy, but like he has like sides to him where I feel like Gruber in the first one didn't. He wasn't a petty thief like he said, but it was he was still just a bad guy kind of doing things like
he was a bad guy. But it's funny, they're both. They're brother. Another spoiler alert. They both are brothers.
Yeah,
but they're both like they're head faking people with everything. They're like,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we're taking these people, but really it's to steal the money. And then the other thing is just to, once again, it's to steal gold. You're still stealing money.
I know the man. I know the family. Nothing better than blowing up $1 million. Make people think you blew up $1 million. Yeah.
Exactly.
So that is so that's good. All right. Final category. I'll pick. You choose. Do you want to go first or me?
I'll go first.
All right. So now this is the horror. A better sequel for a horror movie.
I'm gonna have to go with the classic. It's gonna be Friday the 13th Part 2.
Really?
Yeah.
So far, those movies always blend together. I haven't seen them all, so we'll have to do one of these for. I think I said the original a long time. We'll have to do one of these for an episode. But what stands out about the second one?
It's just. I mean, it was the shock was the first one. It was Jason. But I don't know. You've seen the movies, right? I mean, spoiler alert. It's Jason's mom in the first one.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They kind of bring it more supernaturally in the second one.
Yeah.
And I have a hot take after you give yours, so go ahead.
Yeah, that's a good one though. Yeah, that's a good point. I forgot. Yeah, it is the mother, and then you really don't see Jason until the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let's see, horror movie. Better. That's a tough one. I would say. I'm thinking like sci-fi horrors, but can we count a sci-fi horror?
I'll take sci-fi horror. That's fine because you kind of
Aliens.
That is an excellent pick because the first one is one alien.
It always drove me nuts. I was like,
one alien on a ship.
Yep.
I mean, the iconic scene though from the first one with the chest ripper coming through. Yeah, but there's so many classic lines from Aliens.
Bill
Game
Paxton,
over.
Yeah.
Game over, man. Game over.
Mostly come out at night. Mostly. Yeah, that was great.
That's a good one. That's a good pick.
I think that's I guess I know it's sci-fi, but there's definitely horror aspects.
I'll take that as a horror. That's fine.
Yeah, because I mean,
awesome.
Otherwise, like you always say like Scream and all that. I don't like. I
It's funny. That was my hot take. Was Screams are like they got.
Yeah.
Some people say they got stupider, but like there's always something classic about those movies.
I don't know if I saw Scream. I saw the original Scream. I don't know if I saw Scream 2. Yeah, I don't think I did, so I couldn't comment on that either way. And I certainly haven't seen, I know they've redone them recently.
Oh, yeah, I've watched the redone ones. I'll always sit down and watch a Scream movie just because I think it's something that was,
Would you say that you like scary movies? What I like best about what is it scary with Scream, huh? I meant Scream, not scary movie.
What?
Did I say scary movie or Scream movie?
No, what's your favorite? Because that's what he says.
Yeah. But we're talking about Scream, right?
We're talking about
okay.
Scream.
I was gonna say what I like about
that's
what I was just gonna say. The thing I love best about the Scream movies is that it gave birth to scary movies, and those.
The second one's
that's sequel. Oh, go back to sequel. That's a good one. Wow, I didn't think about that. 2. Yep. All right, that's definitely a third. Okay, so those are fair. So I think we'll move on to another game. This is an interesting one. We're going to do a character draft. And what this means is we're going to pretend that we are famous. Our podcast took off to the moon. All our fans are clamoring to get at us, and we need bodyguards to protect us.
So our security team.
Security team. We have to pick 5 characters from any movies. They have to be originated in a movie. So they can't be a comic book movie, that sort of thing. It has to be a movie character.
It can't even be a comic book movie. It has to be someone, from a movie.
I'm willing to accept, not comic book, a book. So if the movie came from a book, that's fine. But I want to avoid the easy Supermans and heroes.
Okay. Fair enough.
And in this draft, the only other rule is only one of your picks can be a superhuman of some kind, so any kind of power, better, whatever it is. Everyone else has to be just standard characters that don't have overtly crazy powers.
Okay.
And as of draft rules, if you pick one that I was going to pick, I can't pick it anymore. So we'll go back and forth. So if you want to go first, I'll let you go first.
Oh, with the first pick in my security team, this one's going to be. I don't know if this one's going to count because we're talking about my first pick is going to be Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe. Does that count? Does that count? It's kind of a comic book, but it's also a movie.
Yeah, no, I'll give it to you because
he's not really superhuman. He's
no, and it was honestly too. It was a cartoon first, right? I don't think it was a book, so I'll accept that. Yeah, that's fine. All right, Snake Eyes, not bad. I also thought it was nothing on my list, so good with that. My first pick and I feel like I thought you were gonna go with this. I don't want to hold off though because I think you're gonna steal it. Terminator. I want.
Okay.
I want a T-800 on me. Now he's not unstoppable. He's not invincible. He can't be stopped. But I think.
Wait, which one are you going with? The T-100 or the T-1000?
No, I'll be good. T-1000. I don't trust him. I'm gonna go with a reprogrammed model, a T-800 model
T-800.
101.
Model 101.
Model 101. Original from first two movies.
That's actually good. This is a good pick.
None of this T-850 crap. Yes.
That's a good pick.
That's my first. So now I go next for the second pick. My second pick is, and partially because I like the toughness. I think, even he's not like getting special strong wise or anything, but I think he's a good shot. I think he's tough. I think he'd intimidate. I want Snake Plissken on my list.
Oh. I was almost gonna. If you didn't pick him, I was gonna steal him from. I knew that was gonna be one of your picks.
Oh yeah, there's no way I'm not doing Snake Plissken. All right, what's your second pick?
My second pick, with the second pick in the security team draft.
Yep.
The second pick goes to. Oh my God, that's Jason Bourne.
Oh, that was so good. That's a good one. Damn, that's good. Wow. All right, that's good. And you get the third pick now. Wow, Jason Bourne. Damn it. I thought of that.
I don't know why that popped into my head. I was like,
it's funny because you still have your like supernatural one too. You haven't even used that one yet.
My third pick, and this is just because I love him. I loved him in the movie. Was Fezzik from Princess Bride, Andre the Giant's character.
Oh, that'd be awesome. He could like literally lift you up and like carry you out of places. That was good. That's a good one, Alex. That's a good one. And I guess he's not. That's not technically going into the supernatural stuff either. I'd say he's just.
He's not. He's just a strong guy.
He's a strong guy. Yeah, I'll accept that. For my third pick, I will do. Maybe it's fresh in my head because we talked about it already tonight. But I like John McClane. I feel like he can take a beating. He can drive a car, get me out of there.
He keeps on taking.
Yeah, and honestly, if I can't find shoes that fit him, he's fine. Barefooted is John McClane. All right, so that means you to my fourth pick.
Yeah.
My fourth pick. I have an idea. All right. Yeah, and I can't use it. I was going to have another one. I'll tell you what it was at the end if you don't guess it, but okay. I can't do it because technically I guess it would be supernatural or more strength than normal.
Yeah.
All right. I'm fighting every urge to say Kevin Costner, by the way, just because he was the bodyguard.
He was the bodyguard. I mean, quintessential bodyguard. Yeah.
But I'm not going to use him. I will say, God, and what's funny too that Jason Bourne came to my head. I'm like, oh, that's right, he said it. That was a good one. That was a really good one. Okay. How would you feel if I said Neo? Like,
it's funny. He was on my list. I mean, it's not really supernatural. It's more digital.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you're in the Matrix, it's fine. But I mean, if he got out of there, the agents.
He's worthless.
Yeah, he's worthless, pretty much.
All right, so maybe it'll be.
But I mean, you could pick him. That's fine. I'm okay with it. I'm not going to argue with you.
I'll say he'll help me with my cybersecurity. Neo. There you go. Number 4 for you.
Number 4 for me.
Oh, that's an easy one. It'd be Jason Statham. That's a transport.
Oh, that was good. All right. Oh man, the transporter. God, you really did. Damn it. That was a good one. All right, you're at number 5. Who's your final pick?
My last pick is my supernatural pick.
Oh wow. Okay.
And so this, I feel like he could help me out because he could possibly destroy the world. Plus, he loves to smoke cigars, and he loves
Hellboy.
Wow. Hellboy's my final pick.
That's a good one. One I was gonna say is my other. If it would have been RoboCop.
That's a good one too. But I mean, you got the Terminator.
I have Terminator, so I'm good. I'm good there. All right, I think. Okay, you know what I'm gonna pick? I think this will shock you. I'm gonna go with what's her name? Ripley.
What's that from WWE? Ripley from Aliens.
Yeah,
that's
Ripley,
that's
right?
actually
It's Ripley. Ripley. Yeah.
No, it's Ripley.
Yeah.
Ripley.
I'm gonna go with her.
I forgot her name. I forgot her first.
It's Oh yeah, the character.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never.
I just know her.
Yeah.
Ellen Ripley.
Ellen Ripley. Good. Yes. Sigourney Weaver. I feel like she was tough. She's seen some crap. I think she. Obviously I want her at the end of this.
Which that's what I was going to ask you. Which Ripley are you taking?
It's got to be okay. It can't be from Resurrection because she's like alien. And
yeah, right.
I can't do that one. So I will take 3. before she dies. Before she's
3?
implanted.
Okay.
Yep. So I think that would be fair. Okay, so now seeing what we have here, if me and you turned against each other,
I think you would have the slight advantage because you're the Terminator, but I mean,
you got Hellboy.
I do.
That's a tough one. I don't know his was it the Fist of Doom? What do you call
the fist? Yeah,
whatever
the right-handed Doom.
Yeah. Right-handed. Yeah, that would that could mess up some stuff. I do think the T-800 would have to go against Hellboy.
Yeah.
So that could go either way depending on how things go. My I'm gonna put these as a tie. My Neo, I think, is out. I like him as a character, but I agree he's not gonna help. But I do think
away.
it's true. We can just fly away and run away if we're in the Matrix. I think personally, Pliskin would easily take out Fezzik.
Yeah,
and I think he could probably take out the Transporter.
You think so?
Maybe not.
I think he would be taking people out, and Jason Bourne would be on like a building far away, and just shoot him in the.
Yeah, Jason Bourne's gonna be loud, so he can snipe. But I feel like the Transporter, he's
a good driver.
He's a good driver, and he could fight. But I feel like with weapons, he wasn't necessarily anything super special. With
I don't think so. But
that's why
I was getting more for the driving aspect, getting out of situations. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say, I think I got to give it to you. I think Ripley would probably be able to take out. Ripley and John McClane could easily team up on the Transporter.
Yeah,
and take him out. Snake Plissken, between getting Jason Bourne and Snake Eyes is gonna be tough. So I'll give it to you. I think our fans, please listen and please tell us what you think in the comments. If you could give a comment somewhere or in a review. Did
we miss anyone? I feel like there's so many people. Like you could have picked so many other people, but these are the people that are just popping in my head, and I was trying to think of
I agree. I think. So I think we're just about to the end of the episode. I think it was fun. We did. I think those are cool games. If please once again, if drop a comment somewhere or a review, if you want us to do this kind of stuff again, let us know. I think for the most part we're doing the movie reviews, but we wanted to do an episode where we can just kind of break that format, and especially in the beginning, we're to kind of give our backgrounds and talk a little bit about us, so you know what you're listening to. But yeah, I think this was a good episode, and I'm mad I lost that draft. I think
you had some good picks. Though. There were some good picks.
I fumbled. But I was so worried you were going to take a Terminator. I said it first, but the fact that you ended it with Hellboy, that was a nail in the coffin. That was good. Because he's I don't know who's stronger. I feel like Hellboy is probably stronger than the Terminator.
I mean, I think, but once again, it depends on if Hellboy's in his joking around type phase, or if he's in his angry phase. That's what I'm saying. So if he wanted to, he can bring hell to earth. But if he
that's it. Yeah. The only thing that the Terminator would be able to do is possibly catch him off guard or just wear him out, because he just doesn't get tired.
Yeah.
He absolutely will not stop until Hellboy is dead.
Kind of like my papa.
You call him Hellboy for short? That's like his nickname?
No, he was the Terminator.
Yes. Oh, man. All right. Well, that is our episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next time when we release our next episode, and we will be reviewing and talking about First Blood, a Rambo tale. I've heard... I have my expectations of it being like a good nitty-gritty kind of war-fighting movie from what I've seen of all the clips. But we'll watch it, and we'll get to you next time.
Good night, everyone. Have a sparkling evening.
Sparkling indeed. Good night, good morning, whenever you're watching.